What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and as most of you probably know, it's been a minute since I posted. It's been, I believe, a month, and to tell you the truth, I really just didn't know what to post, because it's just like, in the off season, it's always just kind of the same thing over and over, and I honestly just kind of lost motivation, but I'm going to do my best to try to post more because I'm going to start doing some NFL predictions, starting off with the Denver Broncos, which is my favorite NFL team. And with that out of the way, we'll get right into it. So we kick off the season week 1 against the Tennessee Titans. Titans able to get Cam Ward with the first overall pick. And I mean, I'm going to be real. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't win this game because we're a more talented roster. We have a better quarterback. We have a better head coach. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't win this game. So I'm going to say that we start the season 1-0. All right, next up, we have our week 2 game, which is going to be on the road at the Indianapolis Colts. And the Colts, I do think, will be a bit more challenging than the Tennessee Titans because I think their roster's better. Quarterback play, still not great. You have Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. I don't know who's going to start. I would assume it's going to be Anthony Richardson, but this is another one. I don't see why we shouldn't win this game. Better quarterback, better head coach, better overall roster. So I'm going to say we win this game and start 2-0. All right, heading to week 3, we take on the Los Angeles Chargers, and this will be an away game. And this is going to be our first genuinely challenging game because the Chargers are a better team than the Colts and the Titans. It's not really much of a hot take there. I think most NFL fans would agree with me on that. And also, they've given us a lot of problems. Ever since Jim Harbaugh became the head coach, we haven't beat them. They swept us last year. And honestly, I think we're going to lose this game because we're going to be on the road coming off of 2 straight victories. And I'm not to say we're going to dilly-dally through this game because we're not, but I feel like to an extent we might do that a little bit. So I'm going to say we take our first loss here and we'll be 2-1. All right, and for the week 4 game, we play the Cincinnati Bengals at home on Monday Night Football. And this is going to be a really good game because last year when these two teams played in week 17, that game went right down to the wire, and some would argue that was the best game of that season. I mean, I personally think it was. And I don't think this game's going to disappoint. I think this is going to be a neck-and-neck game. You have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins with their iffy defense against our amazing defense with our somewhat iffy offense that's still relatively young and doesn't have a whole lot. And this one could also go either way. I think the Chargers-Broncos could go either way too. But I do think we're going to win this game. I think we're going to have a chip on our shoulder since we lost to them last year and we'll be at home. I think because of both of those factors, we're going to win this game and we will be 3-1. All right, week 5 for the Denver Broncos will be against the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. And not to be pessimistic, but I really don't have any hopes for this game. It's just the Eagles are on a whole different level, and I don't see that changing a whole lot this next season. And I just think that we just don't match up well against this team. And I think there's one game where I don't think we have any chance in. This is the game, so I think we'll lose this game and go to 3-2. All right, for our next game, we will be playing against the New York Jets in week 6, and it will be in London. And the thing about the Jets, which is weird, is they're not a good team. I mean, most people know they're not a good team, But for some reason, every single time we play them, I feel like it's always a low scoring ish game, which I understand that part, but I feel like we should be beating them by more. And I could see this game being what I just said, low scoring, because both teams have good defenses. But I just would hope we could pull away more. But I still think we're going to win this one and improve our record to 4-2. All right, heading into week 7, we have the New York Giants. And I mean, this is another one. We should win this game. It should be a revenge game because Russell Wilson's the projected starter. And as most of you know, he was a Denver Bronco for a little bit. So we'll see how this game goes, but our roster's more talented, and our coaching is better, and our quarterback is also better, so this should be a win. So I'm going to say we improve to 5-2. All right, our next game we will be playing against the Dallas Cowboys, and obviously this will be a more challenging game than the last one. Cowboys have CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and George Pickens now on that offense. And their defense has Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and a lot more other guys I can't think of. But their roster is very talented, and I will give them credit for that. But I still think we're going to win because for some reason we always seem to beat the Cowboys because they actually haven't beat us since sometime in the 90s. If you don't believe me, you can look that up. But I know for a fact it's sometime in the 90s. And I'm going to say we win this game. I mean, we definitely have better coaching and arguably better quarterback play. I guess the quarterback play could go either way. And I do think it'll be close, but I think we'll eke out a win and improve our record to 6-2. Okay, heading into week 9, we're going to be going on the road to take on the Houston Texans. And the Texans, they have got CJ Stroud, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb now. They actually signed him pretty recently. They got Nico Collins. They've got a very good defense, a very good defensive line to be specific. And they've got Derek Stingley Jr. And I do think we can win this game, but I don't think we will. I feel like the Texans defense is going to give our offense a lot of problems, and I feel like this could be a game where things go wrong quick. So I'm going to say we lose this game and drop down to 6-3. All right, next up we have a Thursday night football game between the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll be back at Empower Field. And the Raiders, I'll give them credit. They definitely improved their roster. They brought in Geno Smith. They have Pete Carroll as their head coach now. They drafted Ashton Genty at running back. That could really help bolster their offense. But I still think we got this. We're still more talented than them. I personally think Bo Nix is a better quarterback than Geno Smith at this point in both of their careers. And I'm going to give it to the Broncos to win this and improve to 7-3. All right, heading into week 11, we are going to be back at home again, and we'll be playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. And yeah, you know I hate this team. And I'm going to say, I think we're going to be pretty pissed off considering the way we lost to their real starters last time. They blocked the field goal that would have won us the game, and you know we are not forgetting that. We are going to make sure that we are on our A game, and call me crazy, but I think we're going to win this game. The Chiefs are obviously a good team, and they got a bunch of bullshit to go their way all the fucking time, but that's another thing. But yeah, I think we'll win this game. I think we're going to be way too locked in to lose this game, and I think the Chiefs are going to slip up a time or two against our defense. I think that could give them some problems, so I have us winning this game and improving to 8-3. Week 12 is our bye week, so we're obviously not playing. I just want to clarify that so you don't think I'm skipping a week or anything like that. All right, heading into week 13 off of our bye week, we're going to be heading to the Commanders Stadium, Northwest Stadium, I suppose is what it's called. That's what it says. And this will be a really good game. You've got the rookie sensation, Jaden Daniels, playing against the other rookie who's doing pretty well for himself, Bo Nix. And you've got, two young teams, and I think this will be a really good game. And I think just because we're coming off of our bye week, I think we're going to have a slight advantage. I guess the Commanders have home field advantage. But I think our defense will give Jaden Daniels some problems, and I'm going to say we win this game and improve to 9-3. All right, heading into week 14, we're going to be going to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. And, you'd think we'd win this game. You'd think that if we're already 9-3 and we're rolling as much as we are, we'd win this game, but I don't know. I feel like this is a trap game. I think we'll lose this game, not because we're the worst team, but just because I feel like we're going to let this game kind of slip over our heads. We're going to let this game kind of fly under the radar, and that's going to set the Raiders up to steal a game from us. So I actually have us losing this game and dropping down to 9-4. All right, heading into week 15, we're going to be at home playing against the Green Bay Packers, and this will be a good game. You have two borderline Super Bowl contenders with two young quarterbacks, and I think this could go either way, but I think I'm going to give the edge to the Broncos here because they're at home. And the thing about the Packers is they're a good offense, but their wide receiver core is not that good. They're not bad, but they definitely could use some work. They don't have a true number one wide receiver, and I think that's going to be a problem playing against the Broncos defense. So I think we're going to take this game and improve our record to 10-4. All right, next up we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Will be at home again for week 16, I believe. Yeah, that's week 16. And this game kind of screams trap game to me because the Jags, I don't think they're going to be bad this year because they have Travis Hunter. They have a new offensive coordinator who is actually a really good offensive coordinator, so I could see the Jags being a surprise team. So I guess this could go either way, but I think I'm going to have to say the Jags take this one just because I feel like we could overlook them, and that could lead to another trap game because no team is immune to trap games, and that's certainly not the Broncos. So I have the Jags stealing this one from us, and that will drop our record down to 10-5. All right, so our next game will be week 17 on Christmas Day. We'll be traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to play the Kansas City Chiefs. And I would love to say we'd win this game, but the fact that we'd already beat them and the Chiefs have way more experience playing on Christmas, not that that should matter, but it probably will end up mattering. I do think they'll win this game, the Chiefs, just because I don't think they're going to lose a game this late in the season. So I got them winning this game, and that will drop our record down to 10-6. All right, and rounding out the regular season, we have the season finale, and it will be against the Los Angeles Chargers back at Mile High Stadium. And this will be an important game. I think this could honestly decide who goes to the playoffs or not, just because this is going to be a competitive division, especially with the Chiefs and the Broncos, and the Chargers are pretty good too. The Raiders could be good too. But for this game, I do think the Broncos will win, just because we're going to have way more rest than the Chargers will because of us playing on Christmas. We're going to play earlier than they will, so I think we'll have more rest. And also being at home will also benefit us. So I have us closing out the season with a win and putting our final record at 11-6. All right, and that is my final prediction for the Broncos. I would assume 11-6 would be enough to make the playoffs, but you never know. I still have to do all the other teams. So I do plan to do every single team's record prediction and then kind of do playoff predictions after that because I can't really do them. I'm only doing one, prediction. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to promise to make videos on that. I'm not going to be lazy and forget to do that. I will make videos on those other teams because it's important that I do that. But yeah, I think we'll have a good season, 11-6. I'd be very happy if this happened. Obviously, those games I talked about could go either way. There's a lot of them that can. So we'll see what happens when they play all those games in the regular season, and we'll see how correct or incorrect I am about this. And I will see you guys later, and sorry for not making videos. It's just hard to do it in the off season, but we're getting closer to the season, so I will make videos, and goodbye.